Today, we're diving into the very language of AI, and it's kind of like a tale of two players. First, you've got the seasoned veteran, the API. I mean, this is the tech that built the internet as we know it. And then you have the groundbreaking rookie, MCP, which was built from the ground up to let AI speak that language fluently. Understanding this matchup is absolutely key to seeing where our digital world is headed next. All right, so let's just start with this really powerful way to think about our newcomer, MCP. Imagine it's a USB-C port, but for AI, right? A single universal standard that's designed to connect any AI to any tool totally seamlessly. That idea, that one idea of a universal connector, that's the key to everything we're about to unpack. So first up, let's give the proper respect to the veteran, the API. Look, if you've been on the internet at all today, you have interacted with dozens, maybe hundreds of APIs, and you didn't even know it. For decades, they've been the quiet, reliable backbone connecting pretty much all of our software. So what exactly is an application programming interface? Well, at its core, it's just a set of rules that lets different pieces of software talk to each other. Think of it like a very specific, very efficient waiter at a restaurant. One app, you, makes a request, and the API, the waiter, makes sure it gets the right data or service back from the kitchen. It's how all our apps seem to work together so smoothly. The API's playbook is really simple, but it's also incredibly powerful. It's a very strict request-response model. You ask for something specific, and you get that specific thing back. But the key here, and this is super important, is that these rules are static. A developer has to sit down and pre-program every single possible interaction. So they are fantastic general-purpose tools, but they're just not built to be flexible or spontaneous. And that very rigidity, well, that's exactly why we need our rookie to enter the game, the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. And let's be clear, this is not just another API. It was designed from the ground up, brand new, for the dynamic, often unpredictable world of artificial intelligence. And wow, this rookie had a meteoric rise. Seriously, think about this timeline. It was only introduced by Anthropic in late 2024, and then boom, almost immediately, by early 2025, the heavy hitters, we're talking OpenAI, Google DeepMind, they're all adopting it. That kind of speed tells you one thing for sure. The entire industry was desperate for a new way of doing things, for a standard that was actually built for this new AI era. So what makes MCPs so different? It really comes down to this idea of discovery. See, it's not just about fetching a piece of data that you already know exists. It's about empowering an AI to ask a fundamental question. Hey, what tools and information are available to me right now? And then it can figure out how to use them all by itself. And this really gets to its core DNA. MCP is AI native. It's built for autonomous agents. It's structured around three key ideas. We've got tools, which are the actions the AI can take, like book a flight. Then you have resources, which are the things it can access, like a product catalog. And finally, prompts are what help guide the AI's interactions. It's a complete toolkit for having an intelligent conversation. Okay, now for the main event, the head-to-head breakdown. Let's put the playbooks for our veteran and our rookies side by side and see how they stack up across three really critical areas. First up, discovery. And this is a massive difference. With a traditional API, a developer has to literally hard code every single possible interaction. But with MCP, the AI can ask a service in real time, what can you do? And then it just adapts on the fly. It's the difference between reading a fixed instruction manual and having a live conversation. All right, next, let's look at how they talk. APIs are what we call stateless. The best way to think about this is like sending a text message. You send one, you get one back. Each message is a totally separate event with zero memory of the last one. MCP, on the other hand, creates a persistent two-way connection. It's much more like a phone call, a continuous dialogue where context is being shared back and forth in real time. And that stateless thing leads us directly to our third point, memory. Because APIs are stateless, they effectively have amnesia. Every single time you talk to them, you have to remind them who you are, what you were just talking about. It's exhausting. But MCMP is built to remember. It maintains a shared context, preserving the state of the conversation from one moment to the next. So here it is, the whole game plan at a glance. MCP gives us dynamic discovery, contextual state, and that bidirectional communication. APIs are static, stateless, and use that simple request response. And this last point here is so important. MCP is native to AI. It speaks the language. APIs need special translators, what we call wrappers, for an AI to use them effectively. So now that we see these two very different playbooks, the big question is, how do you choose which one to use? Well, it all comes down to picking the right player for the right job. This is the crucial question for any developer or architect building systems today. And the answer isn't about which one is better. It's about which one is right for what you're trying to build. You're going to put MCP in the game when you're building AI agents that need to act on their own. Just imagine an AI assistant that has to book your flight, order your groceries, and manage your calendar. It has to discover new tools on the fly, adapt when things change, and remember what you talked about 5 minutes ago. That is the absolute sweet spot for MCP. But our veteran API, it still has a critical role in the team. For high-speed, predictable tasks where the rules absolutely never change, APIs are just unbeatable. Think of processing a credit card payment. You want that to be fast, super reliable, and to follow the exact same procedure every single time. That's a job for an API, no question. But here's the big twist in our whole story. After all this talk of veteran versus rookie, the most important thing to take away from all this is that it's not a rivalry at all. It's about a partnership. It's about building a winning team. The reality is, MCP isn't here to replace the API, not even close. It's here to enhance it. MCP acts like a universal translator, making all the powerful existing APIs out there smarter and way more accessible to artificial intelligence. And this partnership is actually pretty simple in practice. So, step 1, an organization has all these powerful existing APIs that they've been using for years. Step 2, they create what's called an MCP server to wrap around them. Step 3, that server adds a conversational layer on top. And poof! Step 4, suddenly all those original, battle-tested APIs are now totally LM-friendly and discoverable by any AI agent. What this really represents is a true paradigm shift toward what we call AI-native architectures. The future isn't about us clicking menus and filling out forms. It's about us just telling an AI agent what we want, and then that agent uses protocols like MCP to talk to all the underlying systems for us. Which leaves us with one final and, I think, kind of provocative thought. The veteran, the API, built the connected world that we all know today. The rookie, MCP, is now giving AI the keys to that entire world. So the real question is, what incredible things are we going to build when our AIs can finally have a meaningful conversation with everything?